That was.
Today's video is going to be a bit different. I'm not doing my makeup in this video, but I will have a full face makeup later on, possibly. Depends on how lazy I get at the end of this video, because this is about to be a really long process. As I mentioned in my first video, I work at a daycare. I work with 2-year-olds. I am now currently on a Christmas break, and with the new year coming up, might as well do new year, new hair. Good time to change my hair color and whatnot. But I asked my kids to vote for my next hair color, and I gave them the option of yellow or blue. Y'all will find out later what they voted for. But I got all my products in front of me. I'm going to lift out the green out of my hair while I talk about how 2020 went for me, how the whole pandemic and COVID affected me, how many times I've gotten tested for COVID. Yeah, which I feel like I got pretty lucky with COVID so far this year. I have not gotten it yet. I'm combing everything out of my hair first, so I don't have to deal with as much knotting in my hair. And this is the messy part. In my opinion, this is the messy part of the process. So I'm going to be using 20 Volume Developer with argan oil so I don't fry my hair, purple shampoo, Dawn, and baking soda to get the green out of my hair. I have used this method once, and I used it on my best friend to get the purple out of her hair, and it basically looked like she never had purple in her hair before. I'm sorry, Brad Mondo. So with this method, you want equal parts of each, and so I'm just going to start mixing. If I can get this box open. Hold on. I need to focus real quick before I start talking about 2020.
Focus! Oh.
I've had a lot of difficult years, but right when I felt like I was finally starting to get my life together, starting to be financially stable and stuff, because I was working, oh, that's a lot. Okay. I was working as a server when the pandemic started, and I only had 20 some dollars when it started, and then lockdown. No money, just moved in with my boyfriend. I don't drive. I'm 23 and I don't drive. I was also planning on getting my driver's license at the time, but nope, couldn't do that. They're like, you don't need a driver's license. You don't have anywhere to go. It's a pandemic. Just stay home. Thanks, Storm, for moving the light. I also had 2 concerts I was supposed to go to in March. One of them was supposed to happen the week of when the same week that Virginia went into lockdown was the same week that I was supposed to go see Bill Murray. Not the actor Bill Murray, the band Bill Murray, Bilmuri. I'm very impressed that I just spelled that off the top of my head. I had also, when the pandemic hit, thank God I had just moved out of my old living situation, because that person that I was living with was crazy. Triggered a lot of my trauma, had no respect for my boundaries, would go in my room whenever I wasn't home, just completely disrespected my wishes for my dog. I'm so glad I ended up living here instead of being stuck in that apartment with her, because I probably would have gone crazy. Or ended up back in inpatient therapy, like how I was when I was a kid. So like I said in the beginning, I was a server, and I was already living like pretty much penny to penny with serving, but I was still making a good amount of money. But just all of a sudden, not having a job and there was nothing I could do about it really sucked. And I was like, well, let me try to apply for unemployment. I will just say, America handled this whole COVID situation wrong. Completely wrong. I get that you wanted us to be in lockdown, but you gotta pay us. And I know that there was the unemployment with the additional $600, but like me, I got denied, and some people went months without money, and people have been evicted from their homes. Thankfully, like in this area, we have Dominion Power, and Dominion basically was like, we're not gonna turn off your lights if you can't pay, because we understand that these are hard times. Yeah, I personally, I would say that we went into a depression pretty quickly. But since I couldn't get unemployment and I still had bills that I had to pay because my phone would have gotten shut off, my stuff in my storage unit probably would have gotten auctioned off. Don't mind me. I know this is gross, but this is my hair dyeing t-shirt. It was just not a good time for anybody. With that being said, since I couldn't get unemployment, I was spending time with my mom, and we were running around doing necessary errands that we needed to do at the time. And I saw the Fresh Market, which is the same as Whole Foods, was hiring. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna apply. I applied that day and was hired within 2 weeks. That job was some doo-doo. That's the best way I can put it without having to censor myself. So working in a overpriced grocery store in the middle of a pandemic sucked. I was definitely underpaid. I dealt with a lot of issues that oh my God. So I was genuinely shocked with the kinds of customers that didn't give me a hard time and that was really polite to me and really understanding and that genuinely cared about my well-being at my job versus like the other customers who were entitled, didn't want to wear a mask, like were just a-holes. Terrible people. Like a great example, so my second day working at Fresh Market, I got put on cleaning and sanitizing the carts and keeping count of how many people were coming into the store. So I would stand there, I would greet people, I would talk to them, I would be like, have a good day, oh, these carts are clean, yada, yada, yada. Now, I'm sure all of you are aware that a lot of, this was before the governor of Virginia decided to make a mask mandate. This was when like masks were optional. But we had a sign on the front of, so many signs on the front door saying, you must wear a mask when entering the store. It amazes me how so many people can't follow directions. It absolutely amazes me. Isn't that what we went to school for? Part of why we went to school is to follow directions. And if we didn't follow directions in school, we would get in trouble.
I was too cool for school. What you talking about?
I was under the impression that we were enforcing that mask rule. And so when people would come in, I'll be like, hey, you have to have a mask. If they were wearing a hoodie, I would actually tell them to just turn their hoodie around and have the hood in front of their face, like in front of them, so that they could put their hood over their face and then use the strings of the hoodie to tie it around their head to keep it up, which was actually like pretty, that in my opinion, that was pretty genius. That was a pretty smart idea that I had. I'm just gonna dunk this again. There's this one white lady, her name was probably Karen. She probably looked like 3 or 4 years older than me. And she's walking in and I'm like, hey, you have to wear a mask coming into the store. And she looked at me and she was like, so I can't do my shopping without a mask? And I was like, what part of you have to wear a mask coming into the store do you not understand? And she stormed out, got really mad. She called the store and talked to my manager. Now, mind you, keep in mind that this is my second day. My manager comes out and talks to me, and he's like, hey, you can't tell people that they have to wear a mask coming into the store. That's a form of discrimination. No, honey. A form of discrimination is me telling a person of color they can't come into the store. Telling someone that they have to wear a mask when there's 6 signs in front of the store saying please wear a mask, a face covering, when entering the store during the middle of a pandemic where a lot of people are dying, that is not discrimination. Start! Go lay down. And I was like, okay. Me thinking in the back of my head, I'm still gonna tell people to wear a mask coming into the store. And it honestly angered a lot of me and my coworkers, because how are you going to sit there and enforce the mask rule with your employees and threaten to fire them if they don't want to wear a mask, but you're not going to enforce that with the customers? Because basically how we felt is, oh, we see how you value money versus our safety. Because we were essential workers at the time, and I was only getting paid like $10 an hour. We should have gotten paid more if we were being forced to work during a pandemic. One of the older people that came into Fresh Market were actually really sweet. They were really caring. They would always say thank you. Like, a lot of the times I would be like, oh, thank you so much for being here and putting yourself at risk so that we can come in and get the stuff that we need. And that always made me feel kind of uncomfortable, because I just felt like, well, I haven't been here since, I got this job because I lost my job during the pandemic, and I didn't feel comfortable accepting that thank you. I don't know why. Thinking back on it, I guess I did in a way deserve those thank yous, because I was putting myself at risk, but it was so that I could live and pay my bills and put food on my own table and be able to feed my dog and take care of myself and take care of my lizard. So I had to work a lot during 4th of July. The most times that I worked the most at the grocery store was during Mother's Day, Father's Day, and 4th of July. And we had really nice sized watermelons at the store. And also a part of thing that was Anywho, I somehow made a customer so angry with me that they felt the need to throw a watermelon at me. This is boyfriend.
Looking real
He just took my last watermelon White Claw without asking. Okay, so all this has to sit in my hair for 30 minutes and then I'm going to rinse, slightly blow dry my hair, and I will be back. So this is how much it pulled out. I kind of hoped for lighter, but I can work with this. It'll just be like a bluish green. I don't care. I've had blue and green hair all the time, so I'm sure it'll still look amazing. It'll be a different hair color. So I gave the option of either yellow or blue. Very close tie, and they voted blue. So I picked Arctic Fox by Blue Jean Baby. I've actually been interested in this color for a really long time, and actually when I graduated high school, I tried to do like a really, really dark blue like this, but they didn't have Arctic Fox out just yet, so I'm hoping this is gonna be dark. So I've actually been tested for COVID like twice. Hold on, let's get this real quick. Oh,
That's the money shot.
So yeah, I've actually been tested for COVID like twice. The first time I got tested, it was because I got exposed at the serving job that I have. I work 2 jobs, by the way. I'm a teacher assistant and I'm a server. Both are good jobs. Make good money. I went through the CVS testing center. That was rude. And I had to do the whole swab and stuff by myself. That wasn't fun. I didn't like that at all. Second time I got tested was actually recently. I think it was sometime this month. I just woke up with a bunch of symptoms feeling like crap. And I was like, I'm gonna go get tested. So as I was blow drying my hair, I see a lot of blue in my hair already. And I think like where these like big blue patches are in my hair, I think that's from, like I know this was my root, where my root was back in September.
Okay.
And this chunk right here would have been where a lot of the blue was. So it kind of was like adding up to where it was, but you can see like a lot of banding. For those of you who know like the sizes of the bottles, yes, I do need this much hair dye for my hair. For those of you who are like, does she really need that much? She's gonna waste so much hair dye. No, baby. No, I'm not. I just got some thick hair. Don't you see all this? You don't think that girl has some thick hair? Time lapse.
Yeah.
So I'm Honestly, I have zero expectations for 2021 because I had way too many expectations for 2020 and got heartbroken. So I have zero expectations. If awesome stuff happens, then awesome stuff happens. Oh yeah, we're watching it. We were watching American Horror Story for a little bit to make this process less less painful. Yeah, I hope my students, the kids that I work with, like my hair color, because they're gonna get to see it next week when I go back to work. Yeah. Jagger, do you like my hair color so far? Yeah, no?
Yeah?
Was that a no? No? Oh, so you said yeah, you do like my hair color? Jagger? Jagger?
I think he's good. That's all you got for me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 2021 will be interesting because we are still in a pandemic. COVID is still pretty bad here in the States. If you're watching this from any other part of the world other than the US. Yeah, hopefully, I still don't see any changes happening anytime soon. Like, I don't think we're gonna get concerts back until 2022, probably. Maybe late 2021, if somehow we find a way to beat this. But I'm not gonna have my hopes up for it. I do have a lot of cool content ideas for this channel in 2021. I don't know what next week video is gonna be yet though. We gotta talk about what we're filming and when.
That's a good question. Very good.
I want to let this sit for an hour and then I will be back with the final look. It's cold. I'm so cold. It's so cold. But I have to, it's so cold.
You gotta do the thing where you move the hand like yeah. It makes it warmer, I swear.
I don't know how, but it's warm.
It does, I swear.
My hair and glitter have turned out amazing. For those of you who don't know, we do not have heat in our house. So when it's cold outside, it's cold in the house. It sucks. I will be back with the final dry look after I'm warm. So this is how it came out. I'm really, really happy with it. I have always loved like dark blues, and I haven't had just solid blue hair in a while, and I've definitely never had like this dark of a blue before. It's either been like black with hints of blue or like an aquamarine blue. And since I went up into my roots too and made my roots and my side shave look black, let me fix that. I mean, everything like looked black, so it looks like I have some like black hair going into blue hair. Definitely interested. What is going on with that? Okay. Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I would like to say that 2020 particularly has been extremely difficult on my mental health. I'm sure it was extremely difficult for a lot of people, especially for people who have never gone through hardships before with money and whatnot. I'm sure some people have experienced that. And even with like being shut in your homes, not being able to go anywhere, being too scared to go outside, I'm sure has gotten people to go to a pretty dark place in their mind that they haven't been to in a while or are struggling to get out of. So I'm going to be providing the suicide hotline number here and in the description box, so that you guys can go back and reference it, and you don't have to go through the whole entire video to find it. But yeah, be safe, everyone. Please continue to wear a mask, wash your hands when you can, use hand sanitizer when you can't wash your hands. We are very much still in a pandemic, and even though none of us expected for it to last all of 2020, but it did, and it's probably not going away anytime soon. So please, 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 please be safe if you are going out this weekend. I don't know when this video is going up. Probably either Friday, because that'll be New Year's Day.
I'm gonna try my hardest to get it by New Year's. We'll see. We'll see.
We're still figuring out our filming schedule because both of our work schedules do not line up.
Yeah.
So there's probably gonna be some times that we're gonna have to film some videos back to back and just pull a full day of filming.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
That means we gotta start at 8 a.m. if we're gonna film, try to film 3 videos in a day. Do you think we can film 3 videos in a day?
If there's a will.
Yeah, this one took
Wow.
forever.
Oh, wow.
And it's because I did my hair. Hold on. Sorry, my bangs look like a different color than the rest of my hair. I don't know. I did have different tones in my hair. But again, please, 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 please be safe when you're going out. Wear your mask, wash your hands as much as possible. Please be sure you social distance. Don't go out unless you really have to. But also, I understand that part of taking care of yourself is going out to eat and going out shopping. But if you do, please be safe, and please try to limit your exposure and everything. Oh, I'm so congested.